It's my pleasure now to invite Olga Nissen, who will bring us a bit closer to the practicalities of management of H. pylori. Olga represents the H. pylori registry, the ever-growing force with, again, huge data generated over the last decade and plus that helps us a lot with getting better with managing this disease.
Thank you very much, all the organizers, TOGAS organizers, Marcis, and also thank you to all the previous very interesting speakers of previous talks. So now I'm going to go into the detail of the real clinical practice in Europe. On behalf of my colleagues who are sitting there, Javier Gisbert and Pablo Parra, as well as Ana Cano and Leticia Moreira. So what's the real clinical practice in Europe? So to answer this question, the European Helicobacter and Microbiota Study Group designed a large, long-term registry on the routine of the clinical practice by European gastroenterologists. So this registry includes nowadays 350 investigators covering 34 European countries, which are highlighted violet in this map. So each country is represented by a national coordinator who leads all the data set. And currently, this registry includes over 66,000 patients by the end of August this year. And I want to highlight that in the last years, the participation rate has been very high. And this year, probably we are going to reach over 10,000 cases included. So this is a graph showing the participation by country, which you can see it's quite heterogeneous. And the highest recruiters are Spain, Russia, Italy, and Slovenia, and also followed very, very narrowly by Lithuania. So since the inception of the registry, we have published several studies, more than 30 today. And for this talk, I'm going to focus probably on the most important publication we had back in 2020, which was published in the Gut Journal, where, sorry, this is going very quickly, where we studied, I don't know how to stop this, wait, sorry, where we studied the patterns and trends in the first-line empirical eradication prescriptions and outcomes focusing on the 2013-2018 time span. So by the time of the publication, over 20,000 patients were included, and we studied also all these trends and patterns of the first-line treatments in the different geographical regions. And to the purpose of this talk, we have updated all the most important information published in the Gut Journal back in 2020, with including a set of over 55,000 cases. So that means more than double of the patients included to date back in 2020. So this graph is showing the trends in the prescriptions of the most common first-line treatments in Europe, where you can see in red and yellow all the bismuth quadruple therapy, which increased since the inception of the study, so especially the single capsule, pylori, which increased from less than 1% in 2013-2015, let's say, to 40% of the first-line prescriptions. The non-bismuth quadruple therapy, so there is the sequential therapy and the concomitant therapy, were maintained but slightly decreased, whereas the triple therapies decreased from 50% to approximately 20% by the end of 2022. So we evaluated as well the trends in the duration of the first-line treatments, where it's not working. Not sure if it's yes. So where as you can see in the graph, the red is representing the 7 days prescriptions, which decrease massively, and most of the prescription nowadays are 14 days prescriptions, with 48% of the total of the first-line treatments. The same or similarly happens with the use of the daily dose of the proton pump inhibitors, which is nowadays mostly a high dose of PPIs are used. So that means 40 milligrams of omeprazole equivalent twice a day. So this is the graph showing the trends in the overall first treatment effectiveness, which has shown a great increase since 2013, so increasing almost 10% of the modified intention to treat effectiveness. And all these changes in the effectiveness have been also shown geographically. So this map is showing the prescriptions by country in the year 2013. So you can see in red all the countries which used to prescribe triple therapy with clarithromycin. In yellow are the therapies with the quadruple non-bismuth therapies, so mainly sequential therapy. And in green, it's non-bismuth quadruple concomitant. Unfortunately, not many countries, I'm not sure if it's working again, achieve the optimal eradication rate. However, in 2023, the map has changed markedly, being the bismuth quadruple therapy, including the single capsule, the most frequent prescribed first-line therapy, so represented in green. And not only the bismuth quadruple therapy has achieved in most of the countries over 90% eradication, but also some countries prescribing therapy, triple therapy, with optimized triple therapy, have reached the optimal threshold. And also in some other countries like Russia or Ukraine, where they are using mostly triple therapy with clarithromycin combined with bismuth, are providing very good results. So the trends in the first-line treatments by geographical region, studied in this publication I've got, has changed as well. So in the east there is an increase, in the southeastern a slight increase as well through the years. In the southwestern region also there is a little increase, most of them from 2018-2019, and in the center and north as well, especially in the last 2 years. So in sum, just to say that all these regions with the different patterns of prescriptions provided different patterns of effectiveness as well through the years, but at the end all of them have increased the eradication rates with the different treatments used in the different settings. So to conclude, regarding this paper, which is, as I said, the most important, given it's covering the 80% of the data set we have nowadays in the registry, with, as I said, almost 55,000 cases in first line. So we can say that the European gastroenterological practice is constantly adapting to the newest published evidence and recommendations by reducing the use of triple therapies, increasing the use of bismuth quadruple therapies, increasing the duration of the treatment and increasing the dose of the PPIs. The triple therapy is still effective in those countries with low clarithromycin resistance, that only quadruple therapies lasting at least 10 days are able to achieve 90% eradication rates, and of course the European recommendations are being slowly and heterogeneously incorporated into the routine of the clinical practice, and we are all learning a lot, which is all this associated with an increase in the effectiveness of treatments, which is so important towards this gastric cancer prevention. So, given the European registry has such a good success, we expanded this know-how, this registry, all the our data set and all the technical aspects of the CRD to the world. So in pink, you have all the countries participating currently in this registry, and in violet, and in pink are the ones which are in process. So, as I said, the registry is up and running in Latin America with Arnoldo Riquelme on its head, and in Brazil with Luis Coelho. I highlight that both of them have two nice posters in the Congress, should you want to have a look at the data. The African registry with Stella Smith, the Pakistan registry with Lubna Kabani, and the Saudi Arabian registry with Farhad Al-Sahaibani. And the registry is in process of launching very soon in India, in all the countries encompassing the ASEAN, in Australia, in Canada, in the US, in China. So this is the webpage of the registry. I'm sure many of you know it already, with up-to-date information on the publications. There are some nice graphs as well with all the first-line prescriptions as well as the rescue therapy prescriptions. You have data on the national coordinations of each country with email contacts and etc. You can have a look. We are celebrating the 10th anniversary of the registry, so if you are a pylori buster like us, please follow us on Twitter. The social media are very, very important nowadays. And we are just pleased to be here as part of this European competitive project, the TOGAS project, and to try to contribute as much as we can in the different work package we are involved. And we want to thank you, all the investigators. I recognize many, many faces. I'm sure you are participating. And, well, we are here to help. Thank you so much.
Yeah, once again, thank you very much and for sharing. No, you stay here because I invite everyone to join the panel. Thank you for sharing again this huge success story and for this real life and real time data that helps us to keep up to scratch with fighting Helicobacter.